The National Center for Atmospheric Research, NCAR, in Boulder, Colorado, was founded in 1960 with a two-pronged mission: to be a national focal point for weather and climate-related studies, and to serve universities doing allied research. It was an innovative partnership, a center funded federally by the National Science Foundation and managed by a group of universities known as the University Corporation for Atmospheric Research, UCAR. Today, the challenges for NCAR and the rest of the community of Earth system scientists are dramatic. Climate warming, ozone depletion, pollution, and related issues have global consequences requiring immediate analysis. Adequate understanding involves studies of the interactions of various systems, including the sun, atmosphere, and oceans. In particular, the climate problem is massive and poorly understood and will continue to demand the use of the largest and fastest supercomputers for its solution. The supercomputer is a tool that provides the climatologist with a laboratory in which to carry out simulations of the global circulation. The sheer crush of data from millions of observations and computations is nearly inconceivable in quantity. Consequently, NCAR is equipped with large supercomputers and data handling capabilities that support research in the atmospheric, oceanic, and related sciences, and in general through the demands of a growing population. One of the key components of global change is global warming of the climate due to greenhouse gases. When solar radiation is emitted from the sun, it mostly passes through the Earth's atmosphere. But part of it is re-radiated from the Earth's surface as infrared waves. This form of energy can be absorbed and re-emitted by carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. The scientific basis for concern is a steadily increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The fear concerns their potential to affect the surface temperature of the Earth and to alter the quality of life on its surface. Global warming of the climate caused by greenhouse gases will likely be an issue affecting society internationally in the 1990s. We need to improve predictive capabilities to understand global warming and respond to it if it occurs. The use of supercomputers as tools in the modeling of climate will constitute one means of providing that improvement. One of the great benefits of modeling is to simulate future climate under various assumptions about population growth, sources of energy, and deforestation. Further, these simulations must span several decades and predict climate on a regional basis. To make comparisons between these simulations, model output from each of them must be archived. Because simulations over decades produce enormous amounts of output, the next generation of archival storage and visualization technology will be required for data analysis. For nearly 20 years, scientists have been asking the question, can man by his activities harm the ozone layer? There is widespread concern that the release of man-made compounds into our atmosphere is resulting in a dramatic decrease in atmospheric ozone. Chlorofluorocarbons, chemicals commonly used in air conditioners and refrigerators, are the principal suspects. These chemicals eventually act as catalysts in a chemical reaction that results in the destruction of ozone molecules. Ozone acts as a filter for harmful solar ultraviolet radiation, which can cause skin cancer. Ozone also has an effect on atmospheric temperature. This computer-generated animation depicts ozone data gathered by the Total Ozone Mapping System, borne by NASA's Nimbus 7 satellite. Ozone concentration is represented by a colored transparent shell around the Earth. Pink represents average concentration, while blue represents high concentration. The white regions represent low ozone concentration, and the completely clear region over the South Pole is what is commonly referred to as the ozone hole. We live on a planet of extraordinary complexity and beauty. Today, one species of life, humankind, through increasing population and quest for improved quality of life, has developed the capability of changing our global environment in ways that we are only beginning to perceive, but do not fully understand. We now know that we have embarked on a global experiment, but we do not know the consequences. NCAR is in an ideal position to address major global change issues in close collaboration with scientists from universities and laboratories the world over. Greenhouse warming and ozone depletion are only two of the challenges affecting NCAR's scientific research. In responding to these concerns, NCAR is dedicated to improving the combination of scientific disciplines, computational facilities, and measurement capabilities by scientists. The simulations of atmospheric and oceanic models produced with the supercomputers at NCAR require enormous computing power and storage capability. Consequently, we will continue to advance into the 1990s with the largest and most efficient computing resources and storage technology available. And as we do so, we will be using this technology to help understand and manage our wonderful planet, Spaceship Earth, the blue gem of the heavens.